Hey everyone, and welcome to 52, the podcast where we provide tips for success in dating and relationships. We have a great guest today, but before we begin, a quick disclaimer from 52 Inc. The content in this podcast is for entertainment and is not mental health, medical, or personal relationship counseling. It is not a substitute for professional expertise and judgment from a licensed healthcare or mental health professional. You should seek the advice of a qualified professional when seeking mental health or medical advice to obtain a diagnosis or any treatment regarding your mental health or well-being. The content in this podcast may not be applicable to you and your specific situation. Topics discussed in this podcast may include information that may be considered sensitive or emotionally charged to some people, and therefore listener discretion is advised. References to third-party resources are for informational purposes only, and 52 Inc. takes no responsibility for the content of those resources. This podcast is copyrighted 2025 by 52 Inc., all rights reserved. At boys, breadcrumbing, ghosting. Oof. Sound familiar? Well, whether you're single or not, we're all aware that dating has become unnecessarily complicated. But honestly, does it really need to be? I think we should change it up. So on that note, welcome back to 52. I'm Kelly, a tech attorney here in New York.
I'm Rodney. I'm a marriage and family therapist and life coach here in Los Angeles.
And today, we're going to tackle a question submitted by one of our listeners who's single and trying to navigate the often confusing dating world. In answering the question, we're going to provide some tips to help you successfully date and meet your special someone. And who better to help us out than Rodney, a renowned dating coach who has helped many singles navigate the ups and downs of the dating scene and find their special someone. For our listeners that are single, grab your coffee or tea and get ready to learn how to date with intention and survive. And for our listeners that are in a relationship or even married, we hope this helps you to further appreciate your special someone and maintain your relationship. So let's get started. Rodney, are you ready to dive in?
Absolutely.
All right. So here's a question we got from a 31-year-old single in New York. She caught her boyfriend of 3 months swiping on Tinder. She confronted him about it, and he said it was a mistake and that he was just on it because he had doubts about the future. Should she give him a chance or not?
No, and it's not because he's swiping. That's a big factor, but because there's a breakdown in so many other things. Lack of communication, trust, honesty, respect. Okay, you're having doubts. You should have communicated that. I don't take that. I think that's BS. I'm assuming they're older, at least in their 20s. They're not 16, and he needs to be accountable and take responsibility. He needs to go figure his stuff out before he starts dating.
Forget about the Tinder matter, which is an issue, but is it normal for someone to have doubts after dating for 3 months? Or does
Yeah,
it suggest deeper issues with, commitment and compatibility?
I don't think it's a red flag. Look, it's understandable if you have doubts, and I don't think we'll ever know if this guy had doubts coming into the relationship, but it's understandable if you have doubts after 3 months. You just gotta vocalize how you're feeling and what's going on, because it's not fair to the other person.
Right. With this question, we're also assuming that they've already established that they're exclusive. If they didn't have that conversation of exclusivity and they just happen to be dating for 3 months, would it be safe for her to assume that they're exclusive and that it would be wrong for him to be on Tinder?
After 3 months, I don't care if there's a conversation or not, you're exclusive.
I agree with you.
And if you are confused and have doubts about that, you got to get out of that relationship. And if you feel like you, for some reason, can and it's hard, you at least need to have the conversation.
Right. Communication is really, really crucial, obviously, with this.
Absolutely.
What do you consider to be the difference between emotional cheating and just curiosity or harmless flirting?
I don't know if I see a difference in the two. There's no such thing as harmless dating or flirting. You can be kind and nice to strangers or to people, but I guess the real question is what is defined as flirting. Flirting is not cool. If you're in a relationship, that's not cool. That's just opening doors.
Yep.
You could
And
be
it's disrespectful to the other person.
yeah, would you want your partner flirting with someone else?
Absolutely not. Listen, I'm all for if someone's single, flirt as much as you want, have your fun. But the
Yeah.
second you're actually with someone, there's a respect and
So,
and a loyalty that just it's so crucial for the foundation.
yeah. It's very simple. You just gotta ask yourself one question. Would I want my partner doing the same? If the answer is no,
Yeah.
then why are you doing it?
I think that's a great suggestion to always have that question in the back of your mind in case you ever are confused or not even confused. If you're ever wondering if a certain type of behavior would be appropriate or not, it's really that golden
Right,
rule of would you want someone to do that to you?
right, exactly.
Which we all learned when we were little. So no, that's very helpful. But now that this has been brought up, there is actually a massive situation that's going on right now, an issue with social media. And it's that when someone's in a relationship or even dating, like 3 months, 2 months, is it considered cheating to slip into someone's DMs or like someone's post or request to follow them or even comment on their post?
After 2 or 3 months of dating,
Mm-hmm.
if it's not cheating, then it's not okay. Whatever you want to label it, it's not okay. Because at 2, 3 months, there is some understanding or some expectation, spoken or unspoken.
So what's appropriate Instagram behavior to follow when you're in a relationship or you're dating and you're at the point of exclusivity?
Don't engage in anything flirting or opening a possibility of anything.
And this happens a lot. I'm sure you've heard of this issue of, oh my gosh, he liked the girl's picture or, a guy freaking out that a girl
Look,
liked the guy.
liking a picture of someone you know that could be innocent. Liking an Instagram model's picture is weird.
Yeah.
Is it a complete red flag? It's like a hard, dark orange. Not okay. Just don't do it. Yeah. But I mean, liking a girl's picture, like girls and guys are allowed to be friends and acquaintances. Like I have friends from different at the gym, right? I literally see them as like my sisters, and if they if our gym instructor posts
Hmm.
picture of them of their birthday, I'll comment happy birthday.
That's normal though. You already know them. It's not like you guys are already friends.
But if you should know the line,
And if you don't know the line, it's better to not do it than to do it.
exactly.
Simple as that. Now, this single that asked us the question today, if she should give the guy a second chance, you're suggesting she should not. So now moving forward, how can she make sure that she doesn't carry the mistrust and insecurity she got from this situation into the next guy she dates?
That's unfair to put all that on the next person you date. You can't generalize everyone based off of certain experiences. Um, this she can use this as an opportunity to learn to look at different things, set maybe better boundaries to do things differently with the next guy. But it's unfair to categorize them in the same category, in the same field.
Right. No, absolutely. If anything, she should now be able to really appreciate the next person more when it
Right.
comes to like loyalty, or that next person might be even better with communication. It's normal to have some kind of doubt in the beginning, but if you're able to communicate it with the person that you're dating,
Mhm.
it it's just a good thing to do.
I agree. Absolutely.
I get that. Wow, what a great convo, Rodney. A huge thank you to you for sharing your expertise and helping us break down this listener's dating dilemma. You've given us a lot of valuable tips, as always, to navigate the modern dating world with confidence and intention. Rodney, actually, before you wrap up, where can our listeners find more of your work and connect with you? I'm sure they'll want to keep following you for more dating advice.
They could find me on Instagram, which is probably the best place. My Instagram is Rodney Rabbani. I also have a Facebook group on Facebook. It's called Question of the Day. And DMing me through Instagram is probably the best way to contact me.
Awesome. Definitely check that out, everyone. And to our listeners, if you have your own dating questions or topics that you'd like us to cover in the future, click on the link in the captions and submit your question. We love hearing from you. You could definitely submit your questions. Just go through the link provided and submit it anonymously. Thanks, Rodney.
Of course.
As always, thanks for tuning into 52. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe, leave us a review, and share it with your friends. Because we all know love is better when it's shared. Until next time, stay confident, intentional, and authentic. Happy dating.